Welcome to a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. Residents and local officials gathered to celebrate the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Longfellow Senior Housing Complex. The Longfellow project not only added new senior housing in Ward 8, repurposed the historic landmark Henry W. Longfellow School in the Collinwood community.
Welcome to the celebration of the Longfellow. For those, yes.
When I looked at this building and I would drive past it, I couldn't let this become another vacant lot in the city. I would not let that happen.
80 new affordable senior apartments spread between the historic rehabilitation of the existing Longfellow School and a new building on site. The entire project cost about $23.5 million.
Through the power of prayer, belief in the neighborhood, belief in a community, and there is tremendous potential. So I say to other potential developers that are out there, other potential builders that are out there, take a good look at our neighborhood. This neighborhood is worth investing in.
The Longfellow Senior Housing Complex signifies the commitment of our community to support and uplift our seniors.
Because somebody has to look out for the seniors. That's right. You know, and we want to thank you because we need the attention from those who are in charge.
Without the political support we had, Councilman Jeff Johnson and Councilman Mike Polensik, we wouldn't be here today.
Local residents, dignitaries, and seniors themselves turned out in large numbers to witness the momentous ribbon cutting. The Longfellow Senior Housing Complex promises not only a comfortable place to call home, but also a vibrant community fostering independence and a social engagement among its residents. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank recently held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for their new Community Resource Center in the North Collinwood neighborhood, and TV20's Alex McTurnan was there for the ceremony.
The new Community Resource Center is more than just a place for free and nutritious food. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank has partnered with numerous local agencies to provide everything from aging to legal aid resources for individuals and families at risk.
Well, this is huge. First of all, it's a new model. You know, to have on-site options for people who simply need the dignity of shopping for their own groceries, they do it here. I think the other thing that's really important is that there are options at desks, people meeting people in neighborhoods to help them with resources. We see nonprofits like College Now, we see Tri-C, we see Cuyahoga County, the government itself, we see transportation services. So when it all adds up, you've got people with resources willing and ready to help the public in the community right where they're at.
And they have 16 agencies that are going to be located here. There's not going to be another facility like this in Cuyahoga County. So I'm so pleased and honored that it's right here in Cleveland's 8th Ward. I've worked so closely with them over the years from the very beginning. As I was sitting here thinking, I walked through this property when it was an abandoned railroad yard, a vacant lot, and to come from that day to now to have this state-of-the-art facility here is just reinforces the food bank's commitment, their trustees, their officers, and their donors.
So it starts with this beautiful Radzeski family market, which it looks like a shopping market, a grocery store, where people who are under 200% of poverty can shop at no charge for the nutritious food they need. But when they come in, they can also meet representatives from 15 other nonprofits to help address the underlying issues contributing to hunger and poverty, housing, employment, healthcare, and many more. You know, this project has been a couple years in the making. We knew that beyond simply building a market, which is a beautiful thing in and of itself, we wanted to collaborate with other nonprofit partners to really address the underlying issues of hunger and poverty in our community. And so we've been planning since 2020 to renovate our former space into this beautiful community resource center. Donors have contributed a whopping $12.9 million for this part of our expansion project alone. That enabled us to renovate our entire facility, add a much larger lobby, because we're expecting about 30,000 visitors a year. And of course, we're working to keep the shelves stocked with nutritious food in this market.
The Community Resource Center comes as a part of a larger $80 million investment the Greater Cleveland Food Bank and its partners are putting toward better serving the residents of Northeast Ohio.
This is part of a larger $80 million transformation campaign. So first we built a new partner distribution hub, which is a huge food distribution center over on Coit Road, where we provide more than 50 million pounds of food a year to a network of 1,000 nonprofit partners in a 6-county service area. As far east as Ashtabula County and as far south as Richland County. That was phase 1. Phase 2 is this amazing first community resource center here on South Waterloo. And then phase 3 has us building 2 more community resource centers, one on the west side of our service area, one on the south side of our service area, and providing even more support to our network of 1,000 partners. So this is a big project, but you know what? Big challenges need bigger solutions, and that's what we're about.
What a great day for this neighborhood in the city of Cleveland. I can't say enough of good things about the food bank. One of the best organizations ever in not only in Cuyahoga County, the city of Cleveland, but in the state of Ohio. The number of people that they've helped over the years, but now with these 2 centers, with the food distribution facility on Coit Road, and now the resource center here on South Waterloo Road, I'm so honored that they decided to make Ward 8, this ward, their home. They believe in this community, they believe in the Collinwood, the Glenville neighborhood, to make a $79 million investment. Think about that.
Cuyahoga County proudly joins the Greater Cleveland Food Bank here on Waterloo Road. You know, this new store is wonderful, but in front of it is a multi-service center. When somebody comes in food insecure, they're likely housing insecure, transportation insecure, daycare insecure, you know, you name it. Think about your own life and the challenges that add up. Well, Cuyahoga County is joining the Greater Cleveland Food Bank with our jobs and family workers in this building, meeting people where they're at with services they need today.
For TV20, this is Alex Picturna.
Thanks, Alex. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank is always looking for donors, volunteers, and advocates. To learn more, you can visit greaterclevelandfoodbank.org. The Department of Public Works Division of Street Maintenance 2023 Leaf Pickup Program will begin the week of November 6th and run for 8 weeks through December 29th, weather permitting. As in years past, the program will focus on high generation areas defined as areas with the highest concentration of city-owned tree lawns, potentially causing hazardous conditions or flooding. The division will systematically deploy sweepers, leaf machines, and loaders and leaf blowers in these areas over the course of the program. High generation areas have been vetted by street supervisors in partnership with Urban Forestry, the Cuyahoga County Tree Canopy, and the Mayor's Office of Sustainability. Leaf pickup signage will be posted 1 week in advance of service being provided to allow residents in that area time to move collected leaves to the tree lawn. Signage will also be posted in neighborhoods to remind residents not to park on the street on leaf collection days. Residents are reminded never to rake leaves into the street where they may clog sewers, create hazards for traffic and cyclists, and affect snow and ice control. Residents in all areas of the city may bag leaves and place bag leaves out with their trash on their regular waste collection day. Residents who bag leaves may set out 20 leaf bags with their trash for the duration of leaf collection season. Based on volume and weather conditions on collection day, residents' trash may be picked up first, followed by bagged leaves. Residents may also opt to leave the leaves or turn them into mulch by mowing over leaves and chopping them into small pieces to use in their home gardens and landscapes. For more information, visit the City of Cleveland's website at clevelandohio.gov. Ken Silliman, former chief of staff during the Mayor Frank Jackson administration, recently wrote a book titled Cleveland Sports Facilities, detailing the essence of the city's storied sports facility history. TV20 reporter Cornell Calhoun has more with this story.
Friends and family gathered to celebrate the release of a captivating book that pays homage to Cleveland's rich sports history.
Ken is somebody that I respect. I know about his passion for stadiums, and I know about his passion for this whole history of negotiations and the responsibilities of public sectors versus private sectors and the competitive nature of sports teams between cities, and I know that it's all very heartfelt for him.
It also brings to light those things that happen behind the scenes that the general public doesn't know about. It's not a political book. It's more about a process and a methodology of sports teams and the dynamics of that, and how do you reach agreements, things like that.
Cleveland has a deep and unique sports facility legacy, from the historic municipal stadium to the modern marvel that is the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Ken touched on why it was important for him to write this book.
So I started going through my notes to just refresh my memory. And the more I did that, I realized there was a story to be told about these Cleveland sports facilities. And in my case, the story goes back to 1988. And so I got more and more into my notes, and I said, this is a good way to pass the torch to future generations, to take the things we learned in all those negotiations with the teams and make them available. And then also kind of sounding the alarm on the trends nationally on public funding and the dollar amounts.
The book explores the evolution of these iconic venues.
Reading the book was really like a trip down memory lane. I wasn't involved in the early gateway discussions, but it was good history. But when it came up to the Browns renovation of, I think, 2012, moving into the syntax renewal, moving into the of 2014, and then moving into the Q deal, it was just like a trip down memory lane.
I enjoyed the give and take in the negotiations between the city, which Ken often was in the middle of, and the team owners. And his description of the bravado, the unbelievable greed, and sometimes very funny behavior of his opponents. So I enjoyed that.
I'm hoping that a kind of groundswell develops on the need for congressional legislation so that sports owners and sports leagues are not able to play cities against each other and drive up the public cost of sports facilities the way they are under today's set of rules. So that's one purpose. And then the other purpose, as I said, those who fail to remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And those who have jobs like mine and Mayor Jackson's and Council President Kelly in the future can learn from the past negotiations and make their efforts better in the future.
If you would like to purchase a copy of Cleveland Sports Facilities, you can find it online through any major book retailer such as Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Target, or Walmart. Finally, John Hay High School was recently home to a utility resource fair for the citizens of Cleveland. TV20's Alex McTurna has the story.
Hosted by the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, the Utility Resource Fair was the one-stop shop for residents to find financial assistance on water, sewer, gas, and electric bills.
We have a goal to enroll about 10,000 new customers in our various cost savings programs at the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. And what we wanted to do is make the process extremely easy for our customers. So we decided to host these resource fairs. This is our second year hosting resource fairs, and we have found it very beneficial to go where the customers are at rather than having them come to us. So we have our friends from Cleveland Water, we have our friends from Cleveland Public Power, we also have representatives from the county, as well as other entities, First Energy, we have Step Forward, we have CHN as well. So there are a lot of people here that are here to help our customers. So we are hoping to serve those who are either facing a crisis and are unable to pay their bills, and then there are folks who have incomes that don't afford them the ability to pay for utility bills. So this assistance and this resource fair is specifically designed for those who are in need. So if you think that you may meet the criteria but you're not quite sure, I would encourage anyone to reach out to our customer service department. If you need assistance with your wastewater bill, please call Cleveland Water if you need assistance with your water bill, and obviously call your electric or your gas provider as well. You never know unless you ask.
City of Cleveland leaders, including Mayor Justin Bibb, joined to greet residents and workers alike. The event comes as a collaboration between Wards 4 and 6 and the Sewer District, bringing the valuable resources of the Sewer District and its partners directly to the residents of Cleveland.
The regional sewer company came to Councilman Blaine and I to do this event for the winter months for the constituents in our ward, so we can help them to understand about what resources that can help them, during the winter, for the winter utilities. A lot of residents need this type of assistance, dealing with low income, fixed income, situations with other things that happen in their lives, per se, just life happens, and they need the assistance with the utility bills, dealing with income problems, and just being in a situation that sometimes your utility bills can get out of hand and get beyond you. So these type of events are very important for residents to know how to come and get the one-on-one assistance, so they can know how these utilities resources can help them.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. While this was the last resource fair of 2023, the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District plans to return with 4 more fairs next year. For more information, you can call 216-881-8247. TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch our numerous programs. Coming up next, we'll learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of November 12th. Diwali, the Hindu Festival of Lights, begins on Sunday. Celebrated in the Hindu and Muslim faiths, the festival lasts 5 or 6 days during the Hindu lunar solar months. The celebration symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and the human ability to overcome. In case you missed it, CMSD CEO Dr. Warren Morgan delivered his first State of the Schools address last Thursday. During his speech, he talked about some of the conversations he had during his Listen and Learn tour, as well as what some of the students shared about school lunches. Take a listen.
But there are lunch concerns that I heard go beyond the expected complaints. There were thoughtful observations about the limited amount of fresh produce they are offered at school every day. They also talked about not having enough calorie counts if you're an athlete and the portions you eat during lunch and needing to go for a long day and needing to have nourishment throughout the day. So last month, I joined the Young Men Again Academy for a lunch so that I could experience what students are experiencing every day. I also wanted to get the experience of our CMSD nutrition staff. Though this was the experience at one school, I learned that I must continue to seek the perspectives of more students at more schools.
Dr. Morgan also shared the newly created district core values of equity and inclusion, student and community focus, growth and learning, care and well-being, and excellence and achievement. To see the full speech, go to clevelandmetroschools.org/news. Nominations are open for the latest round of CMSD Heart Champions. This honor is for those educators who are taking the extra steps to communicate with heart by improving the customer experience of our students, parents, visitors, and their fellow educators. Head to CMSD website, clevelandmetroschools.org, then click on the directory to find Customer Experience. There you will find the Communicate with Heart nomination form. The last day to submit is Tuesday, November 14th. The 2023 Charities of Choice Workplace Giving Campaign is officially underway. If you have not yet made a pledge, please consider donating via the individual online electronic giving portal sent in an email on October 24th. Let's meet CMSD's goal of 100% participation. The second Civics 2.0 Call to Action Student Summit is scheduled for Monday at East Professional Center from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. During the summit, high school students will create an action plan for the academic year. Some of the topics they will discuss will include how to increase voter registration and voter turnout among peers and families, how to decrease gun violence, and how to share information about gun safety efforts. Civics 2.0 started in 2020 as a call to action where students could not only learn civics, but also live civics. Thursday is National Parent Involvement Day. On this day, parents and volunteers are recognized and honored for their contributions and giving of their time and talents to our schools and students. The day happens during National Family Engagement Month at all our schools. It is a time set aside to build relationships between caregivers and educators in support of our scholars' success. The district's Family and Community Engagement Department works every day to build these relationships. For more information, head to clevelandmetroschools.org/Family Engagement Month. CMSD CEO Dr. Warren Morgan will host another coffee and conversation with the CEO on Thursday at the Cleveland Public Library South Brooklyn branch, located at 4303 Pearl Road. The conversations will be held from 9 to 10 a.m. Those who attended previous events had a chance to grab a free cup of coffee and have a one-on-one conversation with Dr. Morgan. These meetings are a part of Dr. Morgan's Listen and Learn tour. He wants to hear from the community, students, parents, and educators about what areas the district can improve and what is currently working well. The HBCU College Fair will be Saturday at Warrensville High School from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is a great time for students and their families to explore what colleges they may want to attend after graduation. This week's shout out goes to Wilson Pre-K through 8 school students for participating this week in the Student Council election process and mirroring real-life politics. The day before the election, students running for Student Council took part in a debate. Afterward, students and staff voted. Congratulations to the newly elected Treasurer D'Angelo, Vice President Kriston, and President Amati, all in the 8th grade. Staff and students also voted for Tyrese, who will be the 7th grade representative, and the 6th grade rep is Tayshawn. Congratulations to all the budding politicians, and congratulations also to the students for learning the importance of voice, choice, and voting rights. Now we want to hear from you. Who do you think should receive a CMSD shout out? Tag Cleveland Metro Schools in your social media posts and definitely use the hashtag CMSD shout out. Looking ahead, get ready for a high school choice season. CMSD allows families to choose the schools their students attend. New this year, there will be parent education sessions at the 2 high school choice fairs. The topics are expected to include special education, graduation requirements, and more. The fairs are scheduled for Wednesday, December 6th at East Professional Center and Tuesday, December 12th at Max Hayes High School. Both fairs will be from 5 to 7 p.m. This is a perfect time for caregivers to explore the more than 30 unique high schools that constitute CMSD. Families can start submitting their choices for high schools at choosecmsd.org on Monday, December 4th. Students will have no school on Wednesday, November 22nd, and all schools and facilities will be closed on Thursday, November 23rd, and Friday, November 24th for the Thanksgiving break. When classes resume on November 27th, 6 high school students will have the chance to win Cleveland Browns versus New York Jets tickets and be recognized during halftime for perfect attendance during the week of November 27th through December 1st. What does a student have to do to win these tickets? Go to school every day. Winners will be announced on December 8th, so get to school, you can make it. We'll stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a great and productive week.